Okay, thanks for joining me in this video. We're going to replace the LCM. Please check my previous videos that I've done where I removed the lid of the front box which has your LCM mounted on it. Follow that video first, and please take particular note to draw down the capacitors, power cycle them so that the capacitors don't have any current in them. But at the same time, you probably should assume that they might be live when you're handling them. So just act with caution. My experience has been that anything Tony has sent me that's not connected to batteries has been powered down and it's not charged, but still treat them with respect. Before you start on this, I'm going to suggest that you get yourself some thermal pad material, the blue stuff underneath there. That comes in sheets of various sizes, but the size you need for this job is 1 millimetre thick. I'd advise against getting anything that's thinner or anything that's thicker. Just go for the 1 mil. You can get that off eBay, Amazon, or even your local computer repair shop would probably have this stuff in stock and available. The other thing to note is you might need some double-sided tape just to put the buzzer on, because that's not supplied. And when you do pull it apart, just be mindful not to lose any of the spaces. The white spaces there, you don't get any with the new boards. All right, we'll have a go at pulling it apart. Okay, the first thing to do is to remove the 4 Allen key screws and take off any leads that were not required. Disconnect your buzzer so it's out of the way. Now just what we're going to do is remove the top PCB off the bottom. So there's pins going through into the bottom board. So we're just going to lift it gently and evenly from both sides. There we go. Okay, so you can see the pins there. They go down into plugs underneath. Next thing is to remove screws. We've got 5 or 6 of those screws to come out. Okay, these white spaces, don't lose those. It's pretty easy. They're pretty easy to lose, but we don't get them, as I said. You can get them from electrical. Some suppliers do have them, but these ones are 7 millimeters long. If you need to make one up, 7 mil. Okay, so we'll take these screws out. Okay, we've got the screws out. The next thing is to prise. Look at that, beautiful, came off so easy. The next thing we've got to do is to try and remove this blue thermal pad. You might find this a difficult process. I've already tried to do this and it's never been a successful outcome. So what I'm suggesting is you not worry about it and just get some new thermal pad to do this job. So you're looking for 1 millimetre thick thermal pad. If you get too thick a thermal pad, you risk bending the PCB when you screw it down. If you get it too thin, you risk it not doing its job. In fact, by not making a contact between the board and the aluminium lid. Okay, we've cut the thermal pad to size. To cut the holes out, I'm taking a big pen, and taking the centre out of it and using the ends to cut holes to suit the screws. So we just feel where the screw is, put it over the top of it, push down and give it a bit of a twist, and it comes out. So we'll just go on and finish that, cut all the holes out. Okay, I think we've got them all. Looks pretty good. Going to take our lower board. We've removed the top board. We're going to line up the holes and just press it on gently. There's only one way it can go. Okay. Now we'll put the screws in. Before I put the screws in, I'm going to put a little bit of Loctite in all these little screws. The reason why I'm suggesting to use a little bit of Loctite on the screws is because it's not hard to bend the PCB out of shape. Don't know if you can see that there. I've screwed those two screws there up fairly tight, so you've got a fair bit of warping of the PCB. So I'm suggesting we don't pull the screws up really tight, just firm, and let the Loctite do its job and keep the PCB board as flat as we possibly can. That's the way I'm doing it. You can choose to do it other ways if you like. Okay, next we'll put the top onto the board, so it's just a matter of putting it over your capacitors there and putting the pins here into the sockets or plugs below. So the capacitors pretty much do the job of lining up for you. It'll pay to just check that everything's lined up from the side and then drop them in. Just push them down until they hit home. Now we put our white spacers back in, one on each corner. If you lose them, they're 7mm long. You could probably make one out of one of these if you needed one. Hopefully you don't. All those screws are back in. It's just a matter now, get some double-sided tape for your buzzer, stick it on there, and then put the lid back into your front box. And I've already done a video on that, so you can refer to that for where the wires go. If you found this video a help, please subscribe and check out the other videos I've done to maintain your ADV2 float wheel.